show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, thank you for joining us. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Hey, Ethan, happy Friday.
Yes, it is in fact a happy Friday, a Friday of sorts. It has been a long week, but you know what? It's NFL football season, so it's all good, and I am glad to be here. Glad I can jump in and help out here, as always.
Glad to have you, man. Thank you for filling in for Sherry. Sherry should be back next week. She should be at the game Sunday. I think she's going to be at Spider's wedding. So she's just feeling under the weather. So I told her, get healthy. It's all that matters.
Exactly.
But thank you for joining us. It is the eve of opening day. Well, eve of opening day.
But there's 2 more sleeps.
Yes. Yes, 2 more sleeps. So
Yeah,
I've got the
that's
YouTube
too new age for
version
me.
of Kansas City. I was going to say San Diego, but it's Los Angeles Chargers. And it looks like they're down 10-0.
Yeah,
The Chiefs are, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a rough start actually watching the. First of all, as I was fetching to you, and I feel I need to do that. Give you some Yiddish here, as I'm sitting in for Sherry as the resident Jew, and do a little kvetching about the YouTube presentation.
Hey, Steve.
Steve. So I turn on the game beforehand, guys, and so you've got Cam Newton wearing some kind of hat that I'm like, what is this getup? I don't know what they're talking about on the sidelines. Then they're doing features with famous YouTubers, and I'm about to lose my lunch. Now, do you know who that one lady is? They always show her in the highlights in the Chargers jersey. She's I guess a smaller little Asian lady that's always in the crowd.
Okay.
At Chargers games, and they would show her, and she's like crying and stuff. Well, they're showing this thing with Mr. Beast. Apparently, whichever
You said Mr. Bean, the British guy?
No, not Mr. Bean. No, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast.
Oh,
okay. So whomever's team wins, they get Super Bowl tickets. The losing team, the fan of the losing team, gets launched from like a cannon of sorts through some uprights. I'm really hoping it's that fine person. And then if you go to YouTube.com, you'll see that there are simulcasts. So there are some famous YouTubers on there who have a lot of followers, and they have been given permission, so it's not a copyright infringement. They can show the game on the screen, and they're next to it in whatever their studio is, and they're doing like a play-by-play or whatever. It is the most ridiculous stuff I've ever seen. It is absolutely frustrating and angering as someone who studied broadcasting, someone who knows what they're talking about when it comes to sports, and it's absolutely ludicrous. And besides that, additionally, YouTube goes to the studio at some point. I'm trying to think who was in there. I think it was Derek Carr, or not. Let's see. Wait, who is the Carr that just retired? That's Derek. Okay.
Derek, yeah.
Okay, Derek Carr, and alongside him was Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, and one other person who I didn't recognize. But it was the worst production value I've ever seen for an NFL presentation. I'm like, why don't they just put this on Nickelodeon? This is horrific.
I'm being told I'm echoing. I was saying I was hearing it.
Right, I'm not hearing the echo, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Echo.
Hello.
Now.
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you. Hopefully, if Hemi can let us know, that would be great.
Yeah, let me know.
But at the end, I'm like, this is horrific.
Yeah.
I don't know how the NFL is going. If this is their best attempt to get the NFL to broadcast more games on YouTube, this is a very, very bad way to do it. So I'm watching this and losing my mind. And here we are. And then everything else has me angry this afternoon, Lou, as you and I were conversing as I was posting on social media, on X or Twitter. I mean, what in the heck? The Browns put out the thing, so they replaced Brownie the Elf at center field, or at midfield.
Midfield.
They're going back to the helmet look at midfield. Okay, great.
Fine.
Why is it that people have to make fun of the Browns? They've done more changes at midfield than they have playoff wins. Like, stop.
Folks, we have 8 world championships.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, quite frankly, yes. That's exactly
Who
right.
has the most wins in the NFL history of world championships?
Yep.
That's the Green Bay Packers with 13. You know who's second? Chicago Bears with 9. You know who's third?
Browns.
The Cleveland Browns with 8.
Yeah.
They're
And
fully recognized world championships, including there's only 2 teams to have championship wins in undefeated seasons. The 1948 Cleveland Browns and the 1972 Dolphins. To say
Bingo.
that we don't do anything right and nothing ever goes our way, you just haven't been alive long enough.
no, and you're trying to forget about the past because you haven't seen it. That's ridiculous. Just because you didn't live it doesn't mean it didn't happen. And yeah, we've made some errors and missteps along the way, but you're going to have that. And franchises go through that.
Could do that. Yeah.
I mean, look at Green Bay. They were terrible until Brett Favre. They were terrible.
From the time Lombardi left until Brett Favre. Yep.
Yeah. Don Majorkowski.
Yeah, Magic Man.
Magic Man. I mean, they sucked. They were a joke. The Lions until recently were a joke. The Saints until Drew Brees, a joke. Tampa Bay's been a joke other than they've had 2 good seasons. They get a magic run under Tony Dungy, or was it under Dungy or Gruden? It was under Gruden.
Gruden. Dungy had him in the playoffs, but Gruden got him over.
Right. Gruden got him over the hump, and an amazing defense, and then Tom Brady comes there. And it's so ridiculous. I'm just so tired of all the negativity from people who allegedly are representing Cleveland and Cleveland fans. If you don't like the team, why don't you get out of the feed? Get off the social media feed and quit making fun of our team. You do that and you normalize it for everybody else. Cut the crap.
Well, it's like if there's something you don't like or you disagree with, and thank you, Mike, for that. It does annoy me too that the NFL didn't exist before the Super Bowl era. NFL's first season was in 1920 or 1919, actually.
Right.
Yeah. But that didn't count. Well, it did count. Yeah, it's like saying pro wrestling didn't exist before WrestleMania.
Right. It's just crazy.
But getting angry about something on the internet you see on a feed that you disagree with or you don't like, and getting on and actually posting and complaining about it is the equivalent of stepping in dog shit on the sidewalk when you could have avoided it.
Yes. Very well said. That is very well said, Lou.
And then you complain about it. I said, well, you could have stepped over it, could have stepped around it, you could have completely avoided it, and just went on with your life and your day. Let me see. What do you say? Hold on.
Mike
I
says,
don't know if it's me, but it's just, but you echoing really bad. Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Let me do this. Keep talking, Ethan. Let me go out and go back in.
okay,
Just keep
I
talking.
will.
I'll be right back.
I will keep on talking. So, folks, if you are just tuning in, we were talking a little bit here about the YouTube game right now, the presentation between Kansas City and the Los Angeles Chargers. Early in the game, the Chargers were taking it to Kansas City. Kansas City with an early 3-and-out. Xavier Worthy goes off after he runs into, I believe he ran into Kelsey, and he was holding his shoulder. He went back to the locker room. The Chargers drive right downfield, and they were able to score a touchdown on their opening drive. Before I walked away, they had kicked a field goal. Cameron Dicker with the 3 points, and the Chargers were on top 10-0. I do not have the game up here in front of me, so I do apologize if the score is off or that has changed since I came to sit down here to do the podcast. And as I was saying to Lou, it is kind of crazy. And Mike, I apologize. I cannot put up the comments, so I will leave that to Lou.
Let's
and
see how
hopefully
that works. Let's see how that works.
All right, Lou, how we doing?
Better, Mike?
Okay, it is now 10-3. All right, somebody let us know if Lou is echoing.
If I'm echoing, say so. I'm back.
Are you like Slim Shady?
Yeah, what's that?
Are you like Slim Shady? Are you back? Guess who's back?
SC 10-3.
Back again.
Okay.
All right, we just need to know if there is any echo. If anybody is listening out there and can tell us, let us know. Still
Yes,
echoing.
Yep. Yes.
All right, let me try one. Let me try something on my end, Lou. Maybe I can't imagine it. We'll give it a go. All right.
All right. Try that. Is that better?
I don't know. Did I do anything? Did that help?
I hear you better in my earphones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that helping? Anybody who is listening, please let us know if.
How's
Whoa!
how's
You just got a little loud on me, but that's okay. We're good. We're good.
is that better?
Yeah, still are, mate. I don't know, mate. You know,
Let me see if there's anything going on here. Hang on.
all right. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but thank you for.
Yeah, still are, mate. Okay. All right.
You know, Lou, it's kind of. Okay, now I'm louder. And Lou.
You're louder, and I stop. Okay, we'll just if I stop that going, that's fine.
And
I don't mind Ethan. I don't mind Ethan being louder. Okay, good.
I'm always loud.
Yeah, I was kind of last minute jumping on because it was my daughter's birthday dinner, so had to got back home and got to the gym, got to eat dinner with my daughter, and then here I am.
Well, hey, that's a good reason to not be on in time, and it's okay.
I got on time. We got on
Yes, you
time.
did. Yes, you did. But to be rushed,
To be rushed and
There-
everything
there-
else. Okay, so back to it. Yeah, the default thing about the Browns, like you're seeing these headlines and these thumbnails.
We are crystal clear now. Perfect.
Yeah, crystal gale clear. We don't make your brown eyes blue here. Okay.
Oh,
Whoa.
no.
Great song. Great song. Okay, so there's all these thumbnails. Oh, how they botched the quarterback competition or they mishandled it. How?
Yeah, everyone's complaining like it was never a. I mean, I love Riz. I love Tony Rizzo. It was never a 4-man competition. It never. No, what you're misinterpreting was it was not about all of them potentially being the starter. It was really about who was going to be the starter.
Am I echoing on your end, Posh? Because we stopped echoing.
Yeah, I thought
That's
we
what
were.
I thought we did. Yeah. Go ahead. Posh, comment. Let me know.
Right. So if it was really about two competitions, it was a starter competition and a backup competition.
Right.
And I know you can say, well, someone could complain and say, hey, maybe Sanders didn't get a shot to be the backup. Or
Hey, Brian.
maybe they could say, whatever it was, but don't quit complaining, for crying out loud. The right person is playing quarterback on Sunday. At the end of the day,
Okay. I heard it was crystal clear on everybody else's end, so I'm not sure why it's echoing for you, Posh.
yeah. Oh,
She said better. Okay. Better.
Okay. Maybe it's a delay. It's a delay in the comments here, Lou. Maybe it's a little bit behind us.
Okay. Maybe.
All right,
Okay.
so we'll keep rolling with it.
We'll
It's
keep
all good.
rolling. Okay. It's better. That's all that matters. All right. Go ahead. San Diego's said Chargers about to score, but go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I think that the right person for the job is starting on Sunday. Joe
Absolutely.
Flacco
100%.
is so much better than Kenny Pickett. And I'm sorry, I know there were some in that building apparently who wanted him to have an opportunity to show why he was initially a first-round pick. And unfortunately for him, he got hurt. But even if he hadn't gotten hurt, I don't think he was the guy.
No. Well, he might not have been. Yeah. But with him getting hurt and missing practice and reps,
And it was a beautiful trade. It was a beautiful trade to be able to deal him and get back the 5th-round pick.
Yeah. I think everything worked. I don't know how's that mishandling it?
I don't know. Well, to some people, they're just like, you didn't give everybody a fair chance. It's not about a fair chance. Quit telling me this crap about a guy. Well, he was out there with the 3rd stringers and 4th stringers. They all got cut. Look, will you listen? If you're a 4th stringer, that's who you play with. And you have to build yourself up, and you have to get better, and you have to work your way up to the 2nd string and the 1st string. Don't give me this garbage. And if he can't go out on the field and process things and doesn't know all that to start, he's got to work harder.
That's correct, Mike. We did trade for Pickett before signing Flacco. Mm-hmm.
Right. They obviously saw a need, though. They said, we've got to have another veteran here. I think the idea, Lou, what do you think? The idea was, okay, we got Pickett. We need another vet in here in Flacco, and we're going to wait for the quarterback. And they picked up Gabriel, and then Sanders landed in their lap. I don't think they were going to take him
No.
initially. And when it came to the 5th round, they're like, why not? Why not? I mean, give him a chance. He's a very talented. He's got work to do. It's not that he's a bad kid. It's not that he doesn't have skills. He just has work to do. And so does Dylan Gabriel, for that matter.
Yeah, they're rookies. They're rookies. All right, now, refresh my memory. Shedeur Sanders was drafted in the 5th round, right?
Yeah. He was, what, number 144?
Yeah. Have you ever seen so much bullshit around a 5th round pick in your life?
Probably not. Probably. I mean, it's crazy. It would have been, again, I think somebody, I tweeted something, at the Really Big Show one morning talking about, like, should the 49ers fans have been pissed because they messed up Trey Lance and Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft, ended up being, I mean, come on. You can draft someone earlier and mess it up, and someone later who you didn't think was going to be the guy can end up being the guy. Look at what happened in Seattle. Russell Wilson was not intended to be the guy, but he was so much better than Matt Flynn, who the Seahawks spent a buttload of money on to get from the Packers, ended up being the guy. It just happens that way sometimes.
He won him a Super Bowl. That's right.
Give me a break, guys. 1-1, and arguably should have won a second. I don't know what the play call was on the goal line there with the pass when they've got Marshawn Lynch. But at the end of the day, I'm so tired of the complaining. Between the complaining about the quarterback competition, the complaining about what uniforms, logos. Please. What?
Or a building permit.
Yes, exactly.
Or just something as stupid as that, it's trivial. Believe it or not, it's a popcorn fart. And I saw a news story about it. Even ODOT said there's no deadline because we're in talks right now.
Yes, and I saw somebody else post, they messed that up. It's like, no, you jackalope. You missed it. They didn't set it. Whatever that deadline was, they're like, nah, it's all good. We're talking. Someone's going to write a check. Or
legally, they didn't notify him by certified mail like the law states. They notified him electronically. So that deadline was never bound.
Right.
So they know what's going on.
They're going to get it done.
It's going to get done, guys. So just cut.
So stupid. It is so stupid. And in the political grandstanding by Mayor Bibb and Chris Ronayne and those fools and all the money they've spent on litigation of this is asinine. And Dennis Kucinich, what are you doing?
Well, it's either Keebler or Elf. What do you want?
Well, he does. He does kind of look like Keebler. Although, funny story, Lou.
What?
Funny story. When I was a kid, my brother tortured me. But he did, in fact, call me Keebler due to my ears. I don't know, they stuck out or something like that. And that name stuck with me throughout high school. I was throughout, the Jewish youth group, whatever. I was Keebler.
You're Keebler?
I took that badge. I took that badge of honor. But we got shirts made for the youth group basketball team in our tournament. We could get our, something like on it in the back, a name. So I had Keebler on the back. I wore that badge of honor. Wore that badge.
Well, let's talk about this because people just they default to the Browns stink. Everything they do is wrong. They can't do anything right. All right. Basically since '99, because even before they left, people were shitting on the team when the move was announced. All right. They always start the story in the middle. Now, the people that are in charge now, when did they become in charge? Was 2020, correct? Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski.
Yes.
So they're only responsible from 2020 till today.
Correct.
When did Haslam own the team? Bought the team in 2012, if I'm not mistaken.
Around there, yeah, that sounds about
right.
Yeah,
so basically the last 13 years. So really, a lot of that stuff before them, they're not responsible for. They have nothing to do with it.
Right.
This team, in February '96, was given the death penalty.
Yeah.
Essentially is what it was because we got fucked as fans. Because we were told, okay, you're going to get a team. It's going to be an expansion team. You have to build a stadium. You're going to keep the history, the colors, and the team name. Art Modell, you can move your team to Baltimore. You figure it out. Right. And that's essentially how the Baltimore Ravens started, okay? So they got to keep the players. They got to keep all that. They had an established team.
Yep.
And Ozzie Newsome took over as GM.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what happened there. Now, here we go. We were given an expansion team in September of 1998. That team had to be put together and in training camp by July of 1999.
There's no way. That's just ridiculous.
They needed at least a year. That stadium had to be torn down and rebuilt upon on the original foundation from 1996 to February 96 to August of 99.
Yep.
So it was haste. They had to design it and put it all together and do all this. So it was done in a total rush.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The team was rushed. The stadium was rushed. The team, it took them 20 years to finally become relevant to make more than one playoff appearance and get a playoff win within a 5-year period.
Yep.
Now people just want to default to what everybody else in the national media do because you want to know why? You want to know why they do that shit? I could give an answer because I like to answer the question, why?
Yes, sir.
Why? It's one thing just to say, hey, this is what it is, but why is it that way? It's cheap, it's easy, and it's lazy.
It's low-hanging fruit.
It's literally low-hanging fruit. It's easy. It's too cheap and it's too easy just to shit on Cleveland or shit on the Reds. It's like when I've done podcasts and they bring up Cleveland. Oh, mistake by the lake, huh? And I just look at them and I just go, wow, mistake by the lake. Did you think of that all by yourself?
Right.
You came up with that on your own? I mean, seriously, I want to know because I got to make sure I'm in here with an intellectual giant like you. You know, I got to make sure I watch my step. Because you obviously steal your jokes from the 1970s.
Well, yeah.
You're obviously original, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, and these are people that have never been here, never visited, never seen the city, never even went to a game, even talked with our fans. We are the most loyal fan base you'll ever see. 8 world championships, 18 Hall of Famers, the only fan base in the history of sports to fight to keep their team and win.
Yep. Absolutely.
And you want to shit on us? Fuck you.
I agree.
Fuck you all the way straight to hell. Kiss my half-dago ass, all right? Fuck off. Thank you.
Well, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. And you know, another thing about it, Lou, is you talk
That's
about...
true, Mike. Yep, the ownership's trying to win. He's spending the money.
Yeah, they definitely are. No,
They're trying to put together a world-class facility for us to watch games and host Super Bowls and events in Northeast Ohio. And everybody's like, oh, it's corporate greed. I don't know. Right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ethan. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No. That's okay. You know, because it reminds me, you talk about, the mistake by the lake. They've never been here. They have no idea. And they come to the town like, oh, this is a pretty nice place. This is a pretty fun, you know, it can actually, sure. They've had to rebuild. What they've done in like the Flats, the East Bank is beautiful down there.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a lot of improvement there.
Oh, it's 13-3 Chargers, just so you know.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the update. Appreciate
And it's
it.
still 40 seconds to go in the second quarter, and the Chiefs have the ball. And deep pass, it looks like that's complete. Yeah, it's complete. Deep pass was complete, and it's going to have to – I don't think Kansas City has any timeouts. There's 26 seconds.
Well, Lou, you know, if we're on and the second half starts, I'm going to do what these bozos on YouTube are doing. And then I'll let the people say, oh, wow, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. And then I can sit here and scratch my head and bang my head against the wall as to why I am sitting here and they are sitting there and they are making money off of their doofusness.
Yeah,
But-
he had to clock. He must have not had a timeout or want to
Okay.
save a timeout. He clocked it. Let me see. Was it midfield or a little bit past it? I can't see where he was down. I don't have any audio on it, so I don't want any worry
Yeah,
about
I don't have any
copyrights.
audio. Well, it was a nice pass there by Mahomes.
It was beautiful,
down the
yeah.
sideline. What an over-the-shoulder catch.
Who was that? Who was it that caught that?
Thornton.
It's
Thornton.
Okay, it's
All
on
right,
the
now we got it at
33-yard line. Yeah,
No, we are at the let's see here, the 33-yard line. Mahomes
Oh,
to the
incomplete.
shot
So
line.
it's 3rd and 10.
Wait a second. Can I be
17.
like, Lou? Can I be like Hemi and be like, all right, guys, wait, touchdown, like we did on the we're watching the Browns game, but
Yeah, because he was on a he was
he was on this
faster
way.
than-
Yeah, I think you might be a second ahead of me here.
Yeah, it's on the 33. But thanks, Mike.
Thank
Yep.
you, Mike. He's our spotter from.
He's our
across-
spotter. Yes,
He is our
Our
spotter.
eye in the sky. But go ahead. You continue your point.
Well, my point was that you know, it's like people talking about Kent State University and everybody Kent State, Kent Reed, Kent Wright, Kent State, or people saying crack rate. It's like, okay, original, no.
False start. They called it.
Oh,
They called it false start.
Hey, Kansas City is not looking great, but I feel like this is the Chargers' game to win.
Yeah.
What
Well,
I've
they're
seen.
up by 10, almost going into halftime, and they did the runoff too. Did they do a runoff or do the penalty?
Well, the clock was stopped, so
So there's no run. There's no
there should
runoff.
not be a
Yeah.
runoff. No, no.
No. Okay.
So,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah,
It seems like it's a default low hanging fruit bullshit. There was a Jason Whitlock did a video. What's the name of the assistant GM? The Catherine.
Catherine Hickman, Hickman Raish or Catherine Raish Hickman. Yeah, and they were making fun of her for her answer.
Well, but you got to understand when you ever listen to the Browns talk, anybody in positions of authority in the organization talk, that's how they are. They're very general. They're not going to give you anything.
And that's fine. They don't have to. Why does everyone think they have to give you the answer you want?
Yeah.
It's not about you. And quit complaining. Lou, this is something that's driving me nuts. Everybody, could you please STFU when it comes to what you think about the reporters who cover this team? They are beat reporters. They are professional. They have a job in writing. They know what they're doing. Just
Right.
because you don't agree with their questions that they ask or don't ask doesn't mean that they're doing a poor job. Get out of here. Get out. If
What do you want
wanna
them to ask? I mean,
If you want to be a journalist, you go to school, you get the degree, you write, you figure it out. Stop being an a-hole. You have to build trust and sources. You can't just run in there like a bull in a china shop and expect to succeed.
did they get that field goal off? Yeah.
Kick is up. The kick is down the middle.
Well, they barely
Good.
got that field goal off. They're down 13-6.
Harrison.
The Chargers, he says the Chargers get it, and then you got flags, and more flags. So it looks like, yeah, they got that field goal off. There was barely a tick left when they snapped it.
Nice.
That was a nice. That was about a 50-some yarder, easily.
Yeah, good operation there. Good. So anyway,
They got some points, but
I'm
yeah.
so sick and tired of all of this, Lou. It's wearing on my last
Well,
nerve.
let me tell you about this because they were talking about Quincy Carrier. I was listening to him earlier today, and he was pointing out like Ethan Posick was being reported he could barely walk. He was in a knee brace. I was at the game when he got hurt.
Right.
He walked off the field under his own power.
Right. I mean,
And he wasn't limping. And I'm like, that's all I saw of him. That's all I saw from where I was at. And I was like, oh, he's going to be fine. They're not going to bring him back in because it's a preseason game. He should be okay. But the way they made it sound like was he was like on crutches, and he wasn't. He was fine.
And I'm sorry, Lou. I just was curious. Like, where did you hear that reporting or see that reporting?
Mary Kay.
Was it like after? Did she say after the game he was coming out of the locker room? But I guess there's. Did you ever watch The Simpsons, Lou?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's Lionel Hutz, the attorney, and he says, "There's the truth and the truth."
Yeah.
And so you can say something that is true but not true, and maybe it needs more facts. And I get it.
Well, I don't know where it came. Maybe maybe he was wearing a precautionary brace.
Exactly.
It's very possible. Yeah.
Exactly. So why does everybody jump to conclusions that they're making shit up? Pardon my.
No, I don't think they're making things. I don't think because I remember she asked him on the Zoom call. She asked Stefanski, "Hey, what about?" And he said, "Yeah, he'll probably be ready to go for the game." And she was like, "Oh, really?" Like she sounded genuinely surprised. She thought he was really hurt, and it didn't look too bad from where I was sitting and when I watched him go off the field. The first thing I was worried about when I saw it was the starting center that was down. I was like, "Oh shit, here comes the cart." That's the first thing I was thinking, and it didn't come out. So. Yeah, plus also let's do this because we got the opener. Where were we last year compared to this year on how we feel about this team?
Oh, you know what, Lou? You know what, Lou? Let's take a break for our sponsors. And
let's do that. Right let's take a break from the sponsors. But that's a good segue. We're going to go into that because we're less than 2 days away from the season opener. I'm doing the show Monday night with John. We're gonna do the postmortem of the game. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be tailgating. I'm going to be hanging out. You guys see me, just say hey. You can always say hey, it's cool. So look, I'm going to do that. But brother, let's take a quick break right now from a word from our sponsors. All right, how about those sponsors? Hey, click on the link of the show, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Or click on the link, order up some coffee, tell them Lou sent you. That's our thing from the stew pot. Tell them Lou sent you.
Well, I used
do it
to
like this.
This is the first season, or it was last year around this time when we found out that Jim Donovan wasn't going to be back, and it wasn't long after that he passed away.
Yep.
And I remember him. They had to do the thing when they would get in the red zone. We're in the mid's red zone, Mamma Mia! And I am I definitely miss him, and I know how many people are affected. He was one of a kind, and a great
Yeah.
voice, a great voice, a better person, and
I worked with him when I was at WKYC. He was a wonderful human being.
and and
One of
and
the best people I know.
his daughter Megan. I mean,
She's a sweetheart.
I consider
Megan,
her, she's a
I always reach out to her, just say hi. Hope she's doing well. But
yeah,
yeah,
I do as well. I just saw I just
but
talked with her.
last season, yeah, it was sad to have Jim. It's not the same. It was like when Nev Chandler passed away in my 90s. It was the same
Casey
way.
Coleman, and they brought in Casey Coleman.
They brought in Casey Coleman. I mean, Andrew Siciliano, hey, you're doing great. Thank you. No offense to you. No, not at all. But Jim, you can't replace Jim. You can't replace him like you couldn't replace Nev.
Well, it's kind of like to be the guy after the guy is not an enviable position.
No.
It's like because who took over after Joe Tate retired? That was Fred McLeod, right?
Joe Tate, I think so.
And then Fred, unfortunately, or no, wait a second. I'm getting my people all confused because whoever was doing so Fred maybe was on the TV. He passed away, and then John Michael went down to the TV side of things, and then that's when they brought in Tim Alcorn.
I think so.
But I think Tim is like a disciple of Joe Tate.
Yeah, we're getting some comments here, like feeling good about Sunday with the Bengals. They're slow starters.
I think so.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like and he said they've been 0-2 ever since their Super Bowl season.
Yeah.
And I think in that Brian said something similar to that. Go ahead. Here's Brian's comment. Yeah, he's definitely feels confident. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay, so all right, so he's right.
Joe Tate was radio. Ray Guy was the TV. Then McLeod.
Then
Okay.
McLeod was on TV. When McLeod passed away, then John Michael went down to the TV, and then that's when brought in Tim Alcorn. But
yeah.
The point being here, so talking about this year versus last year, let's look at this. Last year, we saw none of the starters play in preseason. And by the third preseason game, there was discussion about like Watson wanting to get out there and play. We were waiting to see this new offense with Ken Dorsey, a new offensive line coach in Andy Dickerson, having lost Bill Callahan. We had no idea what we were going to see out there. We were still waiting for Nick Chubb to come back after that horrific injury in Pittsburgh.
Right.
We're like, we don't know what's going to be here. We thought the defense was going to be good.
And Mari Cooper got a 1-year deal, and he was holding out. Now he's retired.
Yeah, it just everything. So we had no idea what to watch, and now that we are in the past, we're past that. You're hearing stories of people being like, "Yeah, it didn't look good in training camp." And leading up to the opener, and they kind of knew they were going to get their butts whooped by Dallas, and they did, and they looked horrible. It was just,
offense couldn't do anything.
It was absolutely horrific. I don't understand how on earth. I guess it's just the lack of playing time, and then the mental reps, the ability to process, and maybe losing some confidence. And Watson just was never what they had hoped to get, and it didn't work. I just had
it looked like he's holding on to the ball. He couldn't read a defense. He was getting sacked. The line was hurt. They couldn't.
Well, he was also going into drops deeper than he was supposed to.
Yeah.
And this is something interesting, Lou. In that third preseason game, everyone's talking about Shedeur and how bad the line was. Well, he's drifting back 11 yards. The offensive line, it's like a seven-step drop, and he's back 11 yards. It's like they can't block that.
He looked like Watson did last year.
Right.
He did.
But
that's what it reminded me of. I was
you
just
expect it out of a rookie, and he's got to work through that. And I have no problem that I wish him the best. I love the kid. I like his determination, and I hope he eventually gets a shot and that he shines.
Whoever's wearing that uniform and that's out there playing for us, I want to succeed. That's just simply. There's a Brazilian halftime show, and it's definitely looks like it's PG-13.
Oh, okay. Does she have pineapples on her? She does.
Yeah. She's wearing pineapple pasties. Pineapple pasties.
All right. Is SpongeBob there? Is it SpongeBob land?
Yes.
Pineapple under the sea?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We got some pineapple tatas.
Okay. Hey now. But Lou, yeah, it's one of those things where we were going into last year. We had no idea what to expect. Coming off of a miracle run to the playoffs with 5 quarterbacks playing it, if you count Jeff Driscoll, and Joe Flacco was sitting as a free agent, and we called him up, and thank goodness he came in and he did everything. Yeah, the playoffs didn't turn out the way we wanted.
Yeah, but we had so many injuries that year too. It was sickening. We did.
And we made it work. And, and so you think about that and you say, what has Kevin Stefanski done with average quarterback play? He's won some games.
Yeah. If we get average quarterback play this year and not turn the ball over, this defensive line and defense is good enough to win.
They appear that way. Let's hope that, that defensive backfield is shorthanded.
Yes.
That Emerson injury was huge.
Yes, it was.
It's
it was. If the Emerson injury didn't happen, I'd feel a lot better.
Yeah, because now Greg Newsome has to step up. Probably he's going to be on the outside as well, opposite of Ward, and someone else is going to have to be in the slot. Maybe Cam Mitchell, Miles Harden. I'm not sure who's going to fill that void.
Right.
But that certainly changes things.
Well, if you look in the preseason with the Bengals, their offensive line looked terrible.
Oh, it's always been terrible. And they have been in Zach Taylor's, I think he's been 6 years. They are 1-11 in weeks 1 and 2 during his time as coach of the Bengals. And they did everything this preseason to try to reverse course because they knew they have been a slow starter, and that's cost them. And they've got to win. But they've also had Burrow's been injured numerous years.
2 years ago, I was at the home openers against Cincinnati. Burrow didn't even play. Yeah, something weird. Was it calf or wrist or something? Yeah. Let's see. Can Ward go a full season without spending time in the concussion? We'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out. Because I'm just gonna say, guys, I think I feel good about the game if we can run the ball productively, work the play action, and then on offense and be productive and good, just good. I mean, the best that offensive line, first time that offensive line was healthy last year was against Baltimore at home. And they looked pretty good. Yeah, because we had DeJuan Jones at left tackle. That was his first game as a left tackle, and it was against the Ravens. And we won that game. We almost lost because Winston just throws interceptions all the time. He almost threw 2 or 3 that day. Right. Yeah,
well,
they were dropped.
Lucky. Jim Donovan was looking down and shining the sun in the eyes of the receiver or the defensive back, whatever it was. I
love when people say we were lucky when we only won 3 games, but thank you. Luck is preparation. Like everything that went right in 2023 went wrong in 2024.
Yeah, exactly. And
even if we had better kicking, if we had average kicking, we would have won. We would have won 3 more games.
Exactly, and maybe it worked out. Look, I guess there's a question here of if you're that bad, is it better to be middle of the pack bad or just god awful bad because of injuries? And you're like, okay, when these guys get healthy, we're going to have a high draft pick. We're going to add instant talent to this group. These other kids come back healthy, and now we're rolling. We're not that bad of a team. I think this team is probably, even though on my show on Going Nuclear, we went through the games and somehow I ended up with 10 wins. That's a bit of an overreach, I think, on my part. But
I said 7 and 9. I said 7 and 9 wins. Yeah.
I mean, I think that there's anywhere from that 7-win range is about where they should be. Obviously, the Packers game. Now we don't know who's going to get injured for whom. But right now, if you look on paper,
a lot can change between now and October and November.
Yeah, let's just wait and see it. One game at a time is all you can do. If the Browns can play complementary football, as our friend Gerard Cherry would say, complementary football and have average quarterback play, you have to eliminate some of the self-inflicted wounds, the pre-snap penalties, the holding, those types of errors. You also can't turn the ball over so much. And that may be the Achilles heel for Joe Flacco because he's willing to fling it sometimes to his own detriment. But if we are running the play action well and the offensive line is creating holes and the running game is effective, they will have to respect the run, and that will open up receivers. Jerry Jeudy could have a big year. David Njoku and Harold Fannin might have a monster year as a breakout. I'm a little concerned about the wide receiver room. We'll see.
We'll see. I said, like I said, we'll have to see and how that works out with the receivers and everywhere else. I'm just looking here to see if there's anything else happening here. No, I'm just watching this halftime show, and it's like, wow, they went Brazilian for sure.
No, they absolutely did. And you know what? Here's a fun fact, Lou. fun fact is they're doing their very seductive dances there. For those who are old enough, I actually have a connection to Hollywood in my family. If you're familiar, yes, Bond on the jet sweeps. Don't curse us, Mike. But my third cousin is Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
So
cool.
and her father is Mickey Katz, who was on Broadway, Cabaret.
Mm-hmm.
So so as they're doing the Dirty Dancing there, I thought I'd throw that in there for my 2
So
seconds.
she had the
of
time
fame.
of her life. Mhm.
Apparently she did, and
Yes.
and she never felt that way before. And she swore it was
Yeah.
true, and
Yes.
she owes it all to you, Lou.
To me,
Yes, to you.
to me,
you could
what the hell did I do? What the hell did I do?
If she jumped into my arms, that would not be a good thing.
I'll catch her. I'll catch her.
Right. Yeah, you could do that. I can't. I can't even lift the kids up anymore. They got.
Yeah, well,
they got me.
Jacob's 15, isn't he? So
Yes, he is 15. He is.
yeah, my daughter's 10 now. Yeah, my daughter's 10.
It's crazy. He weighs 10 pounds less than I do.
Wow. I'm gonna say this. I feel better about this team because it's not only is it healthier, because there's all these freakouts. Everybody practiced. Only one person's designated not out, and that's Michael Hall.
Right.
It was expected. I think he'll be back in the next couple of games.
Yep.
He's been practicing, so that's a great sign.
It is.
The only thing I wish I would feel better if we had Emerson, and I'd feel better if we had Judkins.
Absolutely. Now the Judkins story. That
Yeah.
one. The
It's-
insanity of people is driving me nuts. Okay.
Go ahead. Like we're screwing it up because we're waiting to hear from the NFLPA,
And
the
then
league.
people are like, "Oh, you sign him. You sign him. Oh, how can they do this? He's not even under contract." According to the personal conduct policy, basically he is an employee. He is under the jurisdiction of the NFL and
Mm-hmm.
can get a suspension and whenever he signs. So if let's say his representatives are saying, "We want guaranteed money. Full guarantee, whatever it is," all right? And the Browns are saying, "Well, wait a second. We need to know if you're going to be suspended because how can we give you a contract and give you all this guaranteed money if they're eventually going to say you're suspended?" Okay, well, let's find out what they say.
Well, you remember what happened with Watson's first year?
Right.
We got screwed. They
Yes.
suspended him 12 weeks. 12 weeks.
I thought it was 11.
It was 11 games, 12 weeks. Okay, 11 games, 12 weeks.
Right,
so that's
right.
so he got suspended after we gave him all this guaranteed money. So basically, we knew the year was a wash after that happened.
Yeah.
So we pretty much wasted all that money.
Yep.
It turns out it was wasted anyway. But
Right. Yeah.
But at that time, so they're like, okay, if we're in this situation again, before we sign him, we're going to make sure we know what's going to happen. Now, Bond was different because there's nothing coming down with him from the league. Reportedly, yeah. The league kind of told him, said there's nothing, because the girl completely made it up. There was nothing there. She tried to extort $5,000 from him, from
Right.
what I
And
heard.
in this case, it's more so that they can't determine, they didn't have enough to say, yeah, we believe your side of the story. We equally believe his side of the story. But the NFL has that ability under their personal conduct policy, just like you and I, for our employer, if we signed a handbook or we were under their terms and we did something, they could enforce something on us, even if the law didn't. They could say, well, you know what, we're gonna take you out of work here for a couple weeks unpaid, or whatever.
I could have disciplinary action at a workplace. Absolutely. It's not illegal, but it's something they said, hey, you can't do that.
Right, exactly. That's exactly right. So I think that people who are out here screaming that the Browns are screwing this up and they need to have this guy signed yesterday, we have no information, and you're assuming all these things. It's not just sign him and it'll be okay. And that's not how it goes, because
No, trust me, I want him to be there and playing.
Absolutely,
I do. We all do.
We all do.
But I understand what the Browns are doing, and I understand why they're doing it. He's not going back to college.
No.
He's not going anywhere. It's just a matter of just getting this stuff worked out. I just think the league, I think they might be dragging their feet, but there's other moving parts. The NFLPA has a say in on this
Right,
too.
and they might, as Tony Grossi said, they might be trying to negotiate a shorter suspension.
Yeah.
And people don't want to hear it. People are just they won't listen, and it drives me nuts. Listen, folks, quit trying to look to internet gurus and listen to people who cover the team and have covered the team for 40 years.
Yeah.
They kind of have a clue. Despite your opinions about them as reporters, they kind of know what's going on. They've seen it all. They've done it all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The other thing, too, I remember Tony Grossi said this during the Eagles joint practices,
Yeah.
saying that people and the national people are saying we have one of the worst rosters in the NFL. And he goes, I didn't see that out there.
No.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not even close. We're not the Saints. We're not the Colts. We're not the Giants.
Okay, that's a good question, Mike. Do you see that question there, Lou? I think that's a good question there about
What's the deal with him and doing football-related activities like practicing, and when's he going to be? I think he has to be under contract before he can be here.
Right.
And he could still be in shape and work out,
yes,
but
not with the team, not
with the team, not at the facility.
Potentially, as part of any discipline, that would have to be determined. It seems like it's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all.
Every case is different.
Yeah, it is. It is. So,
Like Watson didn't have any legal troubles either, but the league still enforced a suspension on him because it wasn't right.
Right,
what was happening.
Exactly.
Now, it wasn't illegal from a legal statutory standpoint, but that wasn't smart and it wasn't right. So,
right. And then here's the other thing, Lou. People seem to have real short memory.
They have selective memory too.
So that too, selective, short, whatever you want to call it. Everybody loved Kareem Hunt, didn't they? Do you remember the video that came out?
Yeah, he kicked the woman.
Exactly, and he served his punishment. And then he became a beloved member of the team, a hometown hero of sorts.
Well, he could take time to get up to speed, but it might not be as long as you think.
Yeah. I think that coming in as the running back, as long as you know the playbook and you're healthy enough, that's the other thing I'd be worried about, though. Don't rush back because you're bound to have potential, what's the word? Soft tissue injuries. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart there. I apologize. But yeah, I'd be concerned about that, worried about the potential soft tissue injuries. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. It's really going to be interesting to see how
it's beyond our control too, Ethan. We don't have any control over this. It's just these people just flip out and they freak out over the smallest shit. Cam Hayward won't even commit in Pittsburgh. Cam Hayward's not even committed to playing, from what I heard.
That's crazy.
That's
kind of crazy. What did you think of the game last night, Lou? We're headed into our week one, and we're watching right now the Chargers and the Chiefs, who just opened this third quarter. But what did you think of the game last night between the Eagles and the Cowboys?
I went to bed when it went into the weather delay because I knew I wasn't going to stay up, and I was just. But the spit, the Haktua, everybody's doing the Haktua stuff now.
Gave her another minute of fame,
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Let's just. You remember when you hear about stupid stuff happening? Everybody said the only in Cleveland.
Yep.
Really? Look what just happened. National television.
Yep. It happens all the time, and I hate that line, the only in Cleveland. I've got some very dear friends, but they are very negative Nancys, and they like to do it. I think they like to troll me, to be quite honest, and I try to ignore it as much as possible. But, it feeds into people's algorithms on social media.
Before we go, I got two stories for you, but go ahead. They're going to tie in together, but go ahead.
Yeah, so anyway, just watching that game last night, not even about the only in Cleveland thing. Philadelphia didn't look great defensively, and that might have partially been because they're losing Jalen Carter, arguing their best defensive lineman, certainly hurt for them. And then,
you're right, Mike, right in front of the officials, idiot.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then for Dallas, they lose the game, and I was surprised at how well they played, to be quite honest.
Yeah, people don't give Dallas much credit, and they played a good game.
They really did. And actually, after I thought about it, I'm like, I kind of like, obviously Brian Schottenheimer.
Marty's son. Yeah,
I felt for him on that. I'm not a Cowboys guy, but I felt for him from that perspective because, gosh, Marty was so close. Close here in Cleveland. So
he was successful everywhere he went.
Yep, absolutely.
Everywhere he went, he won. Yep. I remember two games.
Okay.
Last year, one college, one pro.
All right.
Where all the negative Nellies came out were saying shit. There was a Thursday night game against Pittsburgh, and it was rumored that it was going to be filled with Steeler fans. And people were out saying, I'm not going to say who they are. They know who they are. Oh, I hope it's all Steeler fans and we get our ass kicked.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding.
Get out of here.
I was there. It was half and half.
That kind of
It was a snow globe game. It was probably the most fun game that was there. Well, the two most fun was the Baltimore and the Pittsburgh game because they won and it was in the snow. And I remember just sitting there thinking, I'm in my 50s. I don't like sitting in the cold like this. But I was dressed for it. I was prepared. I went, watched the game, did all this stuff, and people were cheering. People were high-fiving each other. We beat the Steelers. Okay, despite the negative Nellies. The second game was a college game. It was the Ohio State Buckeyes hosting the Tennessee Volunteers.
Right.
After the loss to Michigan. And you remember the rumors?
Oh, we're going to make this the Neyland North.
Yeah, it was going to be filled with Tennessee fans, and there were same fans saying, "Oh, I hope they get their butts kicked. I hope the Buckeyes get their butts kicked." And actually, when I watched that game after like the first two series in that game, I was like, we're kicking the shit out of them because they came out. The Buckeyes in that playoff run, they came out angry. I mean, pissed about the Michigan loss.
As they should have.
And it was almost like that was the catalyst to give them
Yes.
that national championship run. So, people, before you're ready to default to the negative button, before you're ready to default to just shitting on something, take a breath, take a moment, breathe, go outside, maybe touch grass or touch snow if it's the winter, relax. All right? It's not as if times are good, it's temporary, and times are bad, it's temporary. Last year is gone. It's gone, forgotten. This team worked to improve. Let's see what they do come Sunday. Okay?
Yeah, definitely. No, I mean, that's funny, Mike. That's a good point. Halftime, most of their fans may as well have gone home. Yeah, they come out.
Is he talking about the Tennessee?
Yeah,
Tennessee.
the Buckeyes in Tennessee.
Well, their quarterback's helmet got cracked. He got hit by so hard by Sonny Styles.
Didn't it crack twice?
Well, I know once it did. Yeah.
Nico Iamaleava.
Yeah, wanting your team to lose is trash behavior. Hey, there was a guy about the dome thing. He said he hopes that when they host the Super Bowl in the new dome that it's Pittsburgh and they win it. And he's supposed to be a Browns fan.
Like, really?
Yeah.
That's just a terrible. I don't know.
I'm like, why? Why are you even a fan? It's okay if you don't want to be a fan. Don't. I'm not making you. Nobody's making you being a fan. You don't. Exactly. This is by choice.
Exactly. You can
it's
avoid
by choice.
Things. You can avoid things. You can not listen to the radio. You can not read articles. You can stay away from stuff. There is a way to do it.
You can even get off Twitter. You can.
Well, sure. I mean, I'll tell you what, Lou. How did I become a fan of Howard Stern? I became a fan of Howard Stern because commuting to work after college on a Monday morning, because the Browns were terrible. After I graduated college in December 2000.
Okay.
And so, obviously, 99 is the first season, and then the 2000 we were not good, and we lost a bunch of games. I couldn't stand the talk. So I was like, I got to find something else to listen to. And then, of course, I moved a few years later to Virginia, so that really wasn't an issue. But I just I can't listen to all of that. I'm going to find something else to give me some entertainment, give me a laugh. And now I'm to the point I can take it. I can take it. I can understand it. So,
yeah. Well, it's interesting, too, that when Will Howard got drafted by the Steelers, and people were saying, okay, he's going to kill the Browns. He's going to kill the Browns. He's not on the Steelers.
Is he he broke his thumb, right? Is he
he broke his thumb, but I think he got cut. He's not on the roster.
McCord got cut from the Eagles. I know that. I thought that Will Howard was still on the roster, maybe as the.
That's I was told he wasn't.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I had not.
Yeah, but I'm just when you hear this stuff, they just immediately they immediately default to the worst thing.
Yes,
like, guys, there's a reason why we struggled for 20 years, and there's a reason why. I mean, there's lots of, but the big reason was we got fucked by our city officials more than Art Modell.
Yes,
they forced his hand. And he could have handled it a lot better. Absolutely. Trying to pull off a move in the middle of a season the way he did, horseshit. He handled it horribly.
Absolutely.
But the city, they didn't do anything. It was a joke. And they're still not doing anything. And you don't think the Haslam's are smart enough to see what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and the state of Ohio couldn't have passed that law before Art Modell moved.
Right.
Before any sports team, they couldn't have done that. I mean,
I don't know. To answer your question though, on a prior discussion, I'm like, Howard is on the IR.
oh, he's on the IR. Okay.
He's on the IR with that. I think he broke his thumb.
Oh, he broke his thumb, so he's on the IR right now. So he's pretty much his rookie season is probably a washout because I heard he got cut.
He is just on the IR. It is, but a woe is me attitude that everybody else who gets drafted by Pittsburgh or whomever is
wasn't cut. He's on IR. Okay, good. Thank you. I heard he got cut. I was wrong. Okay, I saw he wasn't on the roster, but go ahead.
Yeah, I had to scroll all the way down and saw the IR, but you're right, So,
okay, so he's on the IR. Okay.
Either way. But yeah, everybody was instantly like, this guy's going to come back to haunt us. Well, not right away, and he was drafted pretty late in the draft. Why is it that they just assume because he goes to Pittsburgh or goes to this organization or that organization that it automatically means they're going to be good? And if they come to the Browns, they're going to stink. That's part of the negative attitude and the negative
Is it me or isn't Aaron Rodgers older than Joe Flacco? Because his rookie year was 2005 and Flacco's was 2008, right?
Rodgers is already 41. Flacco is 40 and will turn 41 in January.
Okay.
So just a little bit older. And, it's crazy. And you just saw the biggest loser of losers, Johnny Manziel, on a podcast, crapping on the organization. Him and Braylon Edwards both. And it's really frustrating and annoying. Nobody is to blame for Johnny Manziel but Johnny Manziel. So what a load of garbage. And if I think he's just doing it to
clicks,
interest, get clicks. Yeah. He cannot possibly actually think that it wasn't him. Sure, the stuff going on in the building may not have been perfect, but it's on him that he wasn't studying the playbook.
Joe Thomas told the story like they're doing OTAs and he just disappeared. Nobody knew where he was.
Well, yeah, absolutely ridiculous that what was going
on. It was all on. Of course, it was on him. It was, of course, it was. You're right, Mike. It was completely on him. It was terrible. Yep. But plus, that shit was 11 years ago.
Right. It's time to let it go. And the fact that he's still bringing it up and still talking about it, it's because you've done nothing else since then, and you wasted your career opportunities. And then Braylon Edwards, what a load of garbage too.
Spent more time partying than learning the playbook. Yeah. Oh, it was just like, he was garbage, absolute garbage. It was. But actually, the bigger bust of that draft was Justin Gilbert. He never played it down for us. We 7th overall pick.
Yeah, because they never even went to see him. They never went to watch him, and then he was.
They never talked to his coaches. He was a head case. He had mental problems.
Right.
It was like, did you actually think about this before you drafted him?
That is just such malpractice there, GM malpractice. So we'll see. But I feel better about this year's team than last year's team. I'm not going to be overconfident, but I'm also going to be not going to be super negative. Let's see how it goes.
I'm confident we'll win more than 3 games.
I agree. I agree.
So
with that.
We're in agreement on that. We're around. You're thinking 10 wins, which might be high.
Yeah, it might.
But I'm thinking 7 to 9 is. I think it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I think the 7 to 9 range is reasonable. If we can be in it in December and at the end of the season, that would be great.
That was the Derek Carr draft. Yep.
Right.
I remember everybody was all excited. We drafted them. They're buying those jerseys. You hear a story that the homeless guy told Jimmy Haslam. Which is would you listen to a homeless guy on anything? So.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I cringed when I heard that. I'm like, oh God.
Right. Exactly. I don't know, but at the end of the day, we've got to change. I know that. So first,
we have to change our mentality.
Well, we do, and I'm not going to sit here and try and blame the fans for the players. The fans are the fans. The players are the players. If they're caught up in the fans, that's on them. They should be focused on what's happening on the field.
Well, if I heard players talking the way some of these fans talked, I'd say, clean out your locker, get out. You're not on my team.
Right.
That attitude, you're not going to get anywhere.
Right.
You're not. It's a new season. It's a new start. Let's take it one game at a time. Let's start Sunday, and let's start against Cincinnati. Anything else you want to say before we take it home here?
No, I think we have said it all.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thank you for joining us. This is the Burning River Browns Talk on the Fanatical Elves Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. We will see you next week. And always remember, when the river burns at Burns Brown and Orange. Ethan, thank you again for filling in. You guys are great. Thank you all for your comments. Appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is your hold music. It's hold music.
It is.
Then it picks up. This is how I play off my guests while they keep talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. You got to do that like the, what is it, the Oscars or something?
Yeah.